Hello everybody, this is Yoko's Anime Reactions, and this is going to be my review for Welcome to Demon School Iruma Kun Season 2, Episodes 17 and 18. I actually thought I had uploaded this yesterday, but no, I just got up to episode 15 and 16. So I still have 3 videos left to upload. 17 and 18, 19 and 20, and then 21. So just in the nick of time. So you guys are going to be getting 5 videos today. Those 3 videos, and I've already got Ruby Chibi and My Little Pony up too. So, while this stuff, everything, and oh, I forgot to mention last episode, while Opera and Amari were fighting the monster, Clara just pops out of nowhere, just acting like she's playing with the monster, and they're both like, what the heck is wrong with this girl? Anyway, the others get the kids out while Sobnok and Asmodeus are distracting the dragon, and obviously their attacks are not doing very much damage to it because not only is it obviously stronger than them, but its skin is very hard to penetrate. And while they're fighting, Asmodeus looks over at the others, and it looks like Iruma is yelling something at him, but he can't hear it at first. Why is that? Because if Iruma is yelling at him, surely he'd be able to hear him, even above all that other stuff, because he hears him a second later. And essentially Iruma's trying to tell him, get out of the way! And even Sobnok tells him to get out of the way because that thing is about to attack him with a breath attack, and well, I actually thought that Asmodeus took that attack head on. I was like, oh shit. Because I didn't think anybody would die in this show. I don't think anybody would die in this show. Right? Right? Please tell me I'm right. I don't want to think about this show making me cry. No. But yeah, it does look that way to everybody else watching the attack, and Iruma actually does think that he just lost his friend, and thankfully Balam tells him, or shows him, that Sobnok was the one who took that attack while using one of his metal shields to help block the blast. But it didn't last long, obviously, because part of that shield got melted away. And the reason Sobnok did it was so that he would look cool. That's the reason he stated. I don't know if that's actually how he felt. I'm assuming that isn't really how he felt. I'm assuming that was just something he said so he wouldn't look, I guess, wimpy by saying that he didn't want to see anything happen to Asmodeus. And Asmodeus was about to go and help to fight some more, but Sobnok stops him and tells him essentially that, why are you fighting? If you think you can beat that thing, then go right on ahead, but there is no point in fighting if we don't have anything in us to fight. It's essentially suicide if we do. And after a bit, Asmodeus decides that, yeah, the best thing to do is to retreat. Sadly, they have no magic anymore, no more mana, so they can't even, use any kind of magic to fight. And they don't have any stamina, so they can't even really fly away, so they're just running away. And it looks like they're about to get hit by another attack. Thankfully, Opera and Amari show up. Where did Clara go, by the way? Because she was playing with the panther rat, and we don't see her back at the shelter with the others, or with Amari and Opera. So where did she go off to? Oh, actually, I don't know if it was the beginning of this episode, the end of last episode, but after Amari beat up the panther rat, Opera decides to take this opportunity to offer to be her mentor once she graduated and work under him to get stronger, because he recognizes her potential. She at first declines this because she's going to be going to work with her father once she graduates, but then she realizes that he was talking about living at the house with him while he trains her, which means that she will be near Iruma a lot. And obviously her imagination went wild on this, and she said, wait, don't decline, don't get rid of the offer, I'll think about it. So, yeah. I thought that was funny. Anyway, but yeah, they stop the attack, and the others are able to get back to them, and obviously Iruma hugs Asmodeus because he was worried about him and thought he had lost his friend. While they actually do manage... Oh, sorry. No, they don't show up yet. Balam was the one who stopped the dragon from attacking them. Sorry, I'm getting my things mixed up. Anyway, he is able to beat the dragon with his own little... What were they called? He grew them out of a seed or something, and with his mana, essentially. And because he hadn't been fighting this entire time, he was at full capacity. So he was able to easily beat it. And it's at this point that all three monsters combine into one at their location. So now they're having to deal with a gigantic composite monster. And that's when Omri and Opera show up. And Opera had asked Clara for something. A secret weapon, as he put it, before they left. And that secret weapon was a familiar thing to put on Iruma's hand, and they summoned Caligo with it. Because he wasn't going to be coming to help them. He would just go sit right on there and not do a thing. So, now we see a team-up of Balam, Caligo, and Opera, and we think this is going to be an everybody in the show, especially me, is thinking this is going to be an epic fight. It's going to be at least the rest of the episode. But they take it out with them doing one hit, essentially. I'm like, dang. However, the monster ends up deciding that, yeah, this is the time for, if I'm going down, I'm taking y'all with me, essentially. And it goes to send out a attack at the building where everybody else is taking shelter. I think it was while blowing itself up. Or was that when Omri and Opera showed up? No, that's not, no. I'm getting myself mixed up. Anyway, it decides that it's going to self-destruct. And they're not going to be able to get away in time. And this whole park would essentially be leveled if it did that. So, or at least the area that it's in, if not the whole park. And they try to hide in a little hole that they made to try and take away some of the blast. And right before it happens, something very unlikely happens that I was not expecting, considering this guy essentially is a coward. Romier Runaway uses his bloodline ability to draw the monster's attention to him. And yeah, he didn't think that through. Because now the blast is focused at him. Iruma decides that this is a good time to jump in, and he, I guess, uses the ring to the highest calibration on it, and has Alacrid absorb all the mana that was coming from that attack, so that way it wouldn't cause damage. Thankfully, he's able to do so while taking the form of the mascot, I think? The bear-looking thingy. And it absorbs not only that attack, but the entire monster as well, leaving only a tiny little dragon-looking thing in its wake. So now, they've essentially saved the park at this point, though obviously there's damage to it. And we actually get to see what Romier's dad looks like, and he looks like the spitting image of him, minus a mustache. And I'm not even joking. While they're celebrating the saving of the park, we see Kiryu come out, and he realizes that Iruma is there, and he thinks that this is fate. He's about to walk out. I wonder what he would have done had he not been stopped. Because the others show up, and they get him to go with them, so yeah. Iruma has no idea Kiryu's there. And now, Sullivan, I know he's a proud grandfather and all, but he doesn't really think this through because he knows Iruma does not want to stand out, and the first thing he does is go on TV and tell the entire world that his grandson was the savior of Walter Park. Yeah, that made him stand out even more than he planned. As for what's going to end up happening, you guys will see. And I can't wait to get this uploaded so you guys can be excited, just as excited as I am for Season 3. And I'll see you guys next time.